The VO Life is proud to present another episode featuring the musings of that awful hillbilly who rambles on and on. Oh, for Pete's sake, man, get to the point.
This is the VO Life. Positive conversations about living the voiceover life. Insight into the business and day-to-day grind of being a regular Joe VO. From the humble beginnings to the finally hitting a new level to getting that first big client. It's all about that VO life. Here's your host, Troy Holden.
Hey, and welcome back to the VO Life podcast. I'm Troy Holden, your blue-collar voice of choice, hanging out in the studio in beautiful downtown Westmoreland, Tennessee. Not hardly in Nashville, but man, is it cold here right now. We're in another cold snap, supposed to be about 12 degrees tonight. And you guys know I love to talk about the weather. I don't know why, but we had some snow showers today, and it's just not fun. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So here, the first month of full-time voiceover is almost over. And so what's the recap? How's it been going, and what all has been going on? Well, it's been a little slow. I just got to be honest about it. If it had not been for a couple of direct customers who are pretty regular ordering with me, I'm really not sure what the month would have ended up. And I had to really reach back a couple weeks ago and say, look, I may have to reach out to a couple of these old YouTube customers. I may have to suck it up and do a little of that just to pick up some extra money until things pick up a little more in my direct marketing and some of the agency auditions and some of the bigger things hopefully start to come around. One of the other things I've started doing, and it is on my website, and I do have a gig up for it, is some entry-level demos. I'm not trying to do what would be deemed a professional demo because I'm not a big audio expert, but I think my demos are, they're fairly clean. They're okay. I've never went out and paid to have one done. So I'm trying to help some people who maybe they're ready for a demo, or they're ready to get out there and market themselves a little bit, but they can't afford to go pay for a professional demo yet. Hope that day comes for me as well, that I can go out there and hire and get one of those big time demos. But you never know. You may never need it. It just depends. But there are a lot of folks who don't have the confidence yet to mix everything, to get it to the right levels, to go pick out the music, and maybe they don't have time to do it. They're still working a full-time job. I'm trying to do that at a reasonable, affordable level. So check that out and see what you think. And it's negotiable. What is not negotiable these days? And I'm happy to help. I enjoy helping. It kind of fills my time. It's not a lot of money for me, for the time I'll probably put into it, but I need to stay busy on some things like that as I can. So in good news this month, I did sign with a second agency. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say who they are yet. I've done everything. I've passed my Source Connect hookup with them and my noise floor, and everything was great. But they also have you use a pseudonym on their website, and with anything, if you go to a directed session, you are a different name. And so I'm not really sure if they want me to, or if I'm able to, and I haven't even looked at the paperwork, if I'm able to tell you who that is. So I'll just not worry about it this week. So that's going well. I'll start to see some auditions from them, and they said there would be political spots, some character work, and then some regular commercial type work. So I'm looking forward to it because they are in the southern United States. So I'm hoping that that'll be a benefit, but who knows? I mean, I get work up north when maybe I shouldn't. So I don't know. I do want to thank one of my mentors who told me this week, your reads are good enough that your accent shouldn't matter. And that just blew me away. That was wonderful to hear. So it made my week, I'll just have to tell you, in a week where things were a little slow. So very, very excited still about all of this. Something I thought I would be able to do as I launched into this was put out some daily stuff and put out this stuff and that stuff. And you know what? It's not, the ROI is not there, and I'm not really sure that's what I need to be doing. So I've decided I'm going to do something called the VO Minute. The VO Minute will be just right at a minute. I'm going to try to keep them a minute or less. And maybe it's just a quick tip for people that are in the VO Life group, and I'll post it on that group and probably also in YouTube. I guess I'll just link it out of there to YouTube, and that way it'll build some more stuff on my YouTube channel. But it'll just be a quickie. Just a quick minute of maybe a tip I've run across or something that I've started doing or whatever. And it may be performance related, it may be sound related, but I'll try to make it interesting, and I'll try to, maybe a couple times a week. We are still doing the VO Life meetups. I hope to get back on Wednesday this week. It threw it off this past week, and we ended up doing Thursday, and we didn't have near as many people as we do on our regular day. So I'll try to make sure my schedule is clear on Wednesday afternoons, but sometimes things happen, directed sessions, doctor's appointments, things will happen, and I try to work around the Wednesday as much as I can. I know for some reason this is Saturday the 28th of January when I recorded this. So 29th is Sunday, 30th Monday, 31st Tuesday, and Wednesday is the 1st. Guarantee I won't be there this Wednesday. I'm pretty sure I have a client interview type thing for a podcast that I do for another client. So I may have screwed it up again this week, but I'll take a look and see. Maybe his thing is after that, and we can stick with our time. The meetups are great because, like a lot of you, and especially those of you that are somewhat full-time, or even if you are full-time, or some of you I know work from home and then do VO, and you have a full-time job, but you're home a lot. We don't see people that often. I just realized today, I went out to start my truck, and I hadn't started it since last Saturday. It hadn't moved. And my wife and I would go in the car some if we went anywhere. But this week, I think literally, she went to the horse feed place and got feed and stuff on Thursday. And I've not gone anywhere all week. I've not left the house. So how embarrassing is that? I did wear blue jeans 2 days this week. I want to do that just to make sure things don't get out of hand. That's probably good advice. I do get up. I'm in a pretty good routine every day. I am sticking to that goal. I'm usually working by 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest. I'm getting in some decent habits and routines. There are some that I'm not doing as good at, and my wife ordered me one of those at-a-glance books that has like a week. When you fold it open, it's got the whole week in there, and it shows the 5 work days. And I'm trying to schedule in that book and write things down because I am a little old school with that. I'm very accustomed to using Microsoft Outlook and it pinging my phone and letting me know you got this coming up in an hour and this coming up. But for some reason, my Microsoft account got goofy this week and it wasn't working right. And then I put it in Google Calendar and that worked okay. And I'll get to that. But for now, I'm going to manually write some stuff down until these routines get better. I actually missed... I had to do a interview with somebody in the construction business, and I forgot to put it in my phone, and I missed it. And embarrassingly, the Zoom notification popped up as I was not home, and I had to email them real quick and say, hey, I'm sorry, something came up, can we reschedule? And the bad part was it pushed it out almost a week. And, I hate that because that's never been me. I've always been very organized. But I've always had a pretty good sized office and desk and a file cabinet, and I had my routine. So I've still got things to work on. Being an entrepreneur, being a freelancer, and being self-employed, I've got to really, really focus on that stuff. I went back to an old thing that I do with Post-it notes. I'll make a note on the Post-it note, I'll stick it on my computer monitor, then that goes into my calendar or my book, and that computer monitor has to be cleared at the end of the day that everything's been transferred and taken care of. So I'm getting there, and I will get there. Not worried about it. It's just embarrassing when you miss something like I did. I just can't believe I did it. Hey, I want to shout out to a couple of people. I won't name names. Thank you so much for entrusting me with your demo work this past week. I'm working on 2 others for people, and I'm humbled by that, because people have come to me, and I say I had an issue at first saying I would do it, and I talked to a couple of folks, and they said, credibility is earned, and my social presence by having a podcast and being on VO Life and all of that, a lot of that comes from a lot of digging and a lot of learning I've done, and being on other sites and watching all this stuff and learning and drinking in the information, not just drinking. But the credibility thing bothered me. I didn't want people to say, why is he trying to do that? He's only been in this long. I really think if I wasn't able to bring a value to it for somebody, I wouldn't do it. You're not going to see me saying that I will coach you. Not right now. No, I will help coach you through your demo reads, because I'll hear things that maybe you don't hear in the way you read it, and I want to do enough takes to where I'm going to give you back something you're proud of. I'm not going to just say, you record it and send it to me and I'll make the best of it. No, I'm putting my name on that I produced it for you. Even though it's not a professional demo, it's still, you're going to tell people who did it. And when they hear it, I want you to tell them who did it, because I want you to be proud of it, and I want that to become word of mouth. This is not a big advertising thing. I know it sounds like it because I'm putting it on the podcast, but that's not the case. It's just a side thing that I want to do, and a couple of people have taken advantage. And thank you for that. Thank you for trusting me with doing that, and thank you for those that have already done it, that we've gone through the reads, and thank you for being patient with that. And I enjoy it. I really enjoyed doing it more than I thought I would. I thought it would make me a nervous wreck, but it really has been a good thing. So yeah, that's the basis of what's going on. Not a whole lot. I wish I had something mind-blowing to share or something great this week, but I really don't. I'm hoping to reach out to some more guests for the podcast next week. I have some really big ideals in mind of who I'd like to bring on. I know a lot of you have been reaching out to Mike Hathcote. Great. He's in the group. That's great. Mike helped me a ton. Just continue to do that, please, because I think he's trusted. I know a lot of you have reached out to Linda and JJ, or you have gone to the workouts. Voiceover.gurus. Go to a workout. If you're not really sure about coaching and you're just getting started, and don't be afraid to go to the workout. Other people, everybody has to do it the first time, and you're going to be nervous, and that's okay. But get it over with and go do it. Just like they said here on the podcast a few weeks ago. Go. Don't worry about it. They're not going to beat you up. They're not going to make fun of you, but you are really going to enjoy yourself after you do it, and you're going to be excited about it, and you're going to want to go back, and you should. Workouts are absolutely one of the most economical ways to get coaching, and if you pay attention, it's not only what you learn for your reads, it's what the other 5 people learn. If you're paying attention, it's really, really good for you. All right, so last thing, and I want to throw this in there because it's interesting to me to get to do reads or auditions for certain things either on voices.com or through agents that are, I don't know, I want to say higher level of what we're all used to seeing sometime. So I know, and other people have probably done these same auditions on Voices. There was one for Pampers that was on there today. It was an internal video thing, I think it said, but it was still kind of fun to read. And I tried to do 3 takes and do a throwaway on it on the end where it was a little, they kind of had it not announcery, but, I wanted to really give a real relaxed read with just a touch of ad lib, not much, because how many times do you get to read a script where it talks about poop going up a baby's back? And I wanted to have a little fun with that, so I did. And we'll see. Some miracle short list, a miracle short list for PNC Park up in Pittsburgh. It's a 60-second internet thing, and I loved the script. And it will have to be, it's going to be one of those I'm going to steal for a demo because I really liked it. I got shortlisted. Don't expect to get it because I'm afraid the accent will bite me before it's over. I know I'm not supposed to say that anymore, but you never know. Loved doing it though. And another good week with the video game trailers. It just seems to be an ongoing thing for Rise of Kingdoms, and I'm happy with that. I don't get them all, but I get enough to where it's, it helps you feel like at least stuff's coming in. So that's kind of nice. So hopefully over the next few weeks, I'll be lining up some interviews. It's what I really enjoy doing on the podcast. I hate to bring the same people in that other people are interviewing, but that may be the thing. But I'm trying to find some different things to go for. And what do you think about it? What if I can find some of these production houses and they can tell us how they recruit VO and what they're listening for in auditions and things like that versus it being just us VO people. I'd like to do that. I'd like to talk to people that are not exactly in our industry, but it relates to our industry. And I think why that's working through my brain like it is doing these construction interviews. I've learned stuff that I never even thought about. Sheet piles that are on the side of the road, those retaining walls like along freeways, interstates, highways that keep, soil corrosion away, and how they're filtered and how the water keeps from coming through them, and the different systems that are used and the different materials that are used. And I've had some wonderful conversations with people in that industry. I think I have one this next week, a guy that runs a skid steer company. And I look forward to these. I enjoy them because they give me the questions, because the guy that's running this knows his stuff. But I'm able to take that and run with it and be conversational with him and act like I know what I'm talking about. And what's funny is, and this is the second out of 4 that I've done, they said, "Hey, hang on before you go. Tell me about what all you do with your business," because I know I don't work for that guy. I freelance to him. And when I tell them what all I do, a couple of them have said, "Oh, really? Well, we do videos and we do this and this. Could you narrate them and could you edit the stuff for us and everything?" And I'm like, "Sure." So 2 of those have led into either a client for me or possibly a client for one of our VO Life members. I sent him a lead on one today, and I'm hoping that'll work out. It was something that I didn't exactly do. I was thinking about doing down the road. I just don't know if I'll ever have a room I can do it in. That's the video spokesperson thing. I want to do it. I bought a green screen. I bought a camera. I've just got to figure out where can I do this and get good sound and be able to see and read, the material I've got to read. You almost got to have a prompter, I would think, or a laptop running as a prompter. But anyway, more stuff to figure out. I really just need to be doing what I'm doing right now and doing that well and getting after the marketing. Marketing is key, and I have really got to get on that war wagon. It's time. So, hey, I hope everybody has had a decent January. I've seen a lot of postings where people are really had a struggling type month. I've seen some others where people have had a good month, and congratulations. I don't have any jealousy when things like that go on. It's motivational to me. I see other people succeeding because their voice is not my voice. I can't do what they do. They're going to get their business, whatever they get, and I'm going to get what I get. I just want to grow mine to the point to where it's comfortable and I'm not worried and all that stuff. And of course, we're always going to worry. It's what we do. I have learned, this has been one of the hard things. It's taken this whole year and a half I've been in this. I'm getting much better at letting auditions go. Every now and then there'll be one I'll follow up on it and watch and see did I get favorited or not, because You get done, you kind of get a hair stands up on the back of your neck, and you say, you know what, I really like how that sounded. That's one of the best reads I did the whole week. It was the number one read of the week. And then when you get shortlisted, you get excited. And then when you don't get it, it's not really a disappointment because this business is such a high rate of rejection. It's not that. It's more like, dadgummit, I thought I was going to get that one. Well, anyway, on to the next one. I don't brood over it. It's not causing depression or anything, but it still is tough, sometimes when you really think you did really well on something. Hey, everybody, keep your confidence level up, keep digging, keep climbing, reach out if I can ever help through the VO Life page. There's a lot of good people on there. We're over 500 now. So catch up on the podcast. Go all the way back to the VO Ladder. Go back and listen to those. That's still good, relevant content and some good interviews back then and all kind of good stuff. And this went on 10 times longer than I meant to, so I'll say farewell to you and have a great end of the month. We get another day or two next week. We get a couple of days to close the month. And then the next target will be when the 14th rolls around and people are hopefully leveling up. Congratulations to those that did last month. Charles Coates, he was an interview here. Brandon McCaskill interviewed here on the podcast. Both of those guys leveled up to TRS. Tim Stevenson, oh my gosh, such a deserving guy who, humble as he can be. Tim, congratulations. I'm so proud to see all of you guys hitting top-rated seller. I know there's a couple of more that are very, very close, and I'm rooting for you. I'm not as close as I want to be, but I don't worry about it as much as I do about keeping my average order price up right now, and I don't know why. We worry about the dumbest things, but I do have a meeting with my success coach next week, and I've got a few questions written down. Not a lot, but a few. Hey, everybody, have a great week, and let's have a good February. Let's stay positive. And the great thing is it won't be long. Daylight savings time will be back. This cold weather will be gone, and I can move the air conditioner back into the booth. Looking forward to that one. Have a great one. See you soon on the VO Life.
You've been listening to the VO Life with Troy Holden. Check back for more episodes each week and catch up on what you've missed also. This is for you, those just living that VO life. Thanks for listening and join us again.
The VO Life intro is by Louise Porter. The outro by Liz Moya. You can pick us up on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, and many other podcast carriers. Need to send me an email? Do it today. Troy@TroyHoldenVoices.com. Thanks for listening.